All right, so let's do some application problems that we're going to be using our calculator and that rref function for. So example 2, I don't know about you, but looks like a great test question. It says find the function y equals ax squared plus bx plus c whose graph contains the points. I want to also kind of tell you, if you have taken functions, you cannot use regressions to get this answer and get full credit. Okay, so if you have taken functions, don't use regressions. You've got to use this method to get your answer here, okay? All right, so let's start with this first ordered pair. We have 1 and 2. And what we need to do, ordered pairs are always in the form of x comma y. I need to substitute it into this formula right here. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and write this out real quick. Okay, we are substituting this in. Your x's into place of both of these x's here, and your y in place of y. So we'll have 2 equals a times my x is 1 plus b times 1 plus c. Now I can simplify that a little bit. And we're going to have 2 equals 1 squared is 1, and 1 times a is just a, plus b times 1 is b, and then bring over your plus c. We're going to do this 2 other times with these 2 other ordered pairs. So now -2 and -7, plug in your -2 for your 2 x's and your -7 for your y. We've got -7 equals a times -2 squared. You do want to make sure that -2 is in parentheses. It does make a difference. B times your x, which is still -2, plus c. So clean it up. We've got -7 equals -2 in parentheses squared is +4. 4 times a is 4a. B times -2 is -2b, and then plus c carries over. One more time. 2 comma -3. We have -3 in place of our y. A times x squared, so 2 squared. B times x, so b times 2 plus c. Clean it up. We'll have -3 equals, we'll have 4a plus 2b, and then plus c. So now I'm going to take this right here and use this to make my augmented matrix. Augmented matrix is my A column, my B column, my C column, and then this needs to be on the other side of that equal sign. So my A column is 1, 4, 4. My B column is 1, -2, 2. C column is 1s all the way down. And then on the other side of that equal sign, we have 2, -7, -3. rref. And we know we should get our diagonal of 1s with 0s below and 0s above. So let's see what we get right here. So following those same steps, we're going to go to matrix. So second matrix, come over here to edit. And I'm going to edit my matrix A. This is still a 3 by 4. And so you're just typing over. So when I hit 1 and hit enter, it rewrites over that and it goes to the next one. I don't need to clear anything. So 1, enter, 2, enter, and keep going. Before we get out, what are we going to do? Hopefully you said check them. Please, please, please check them. So 1, 4, 4, 1, -2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, -7, -3. Okay, I like it. So now we're going to quit. Go back into your matrix. Go over here to math and arrow up to the rref. Do not hit enter. And in fact, I'll go ahead and hit enter. If you hit enter, you're going to get a syntax error because you have not told your calculator what to put in row reduce echelon form. So after we hit rref, we're going to go back into matrix one more time and select whatever matrix we programmed. I'm always programming matrix A. So we get our diagonal of ones, zeros below, zeros above, and so we're writing in that -2, 1, 3. Okay, if we can see here, we have solved for not X, Y, and Z, but for A, B, and C. So this first equation here is 1A, or A equals -2, B equals 1, and C equals 3. Now, if I go back up and read this, it says find the function. We have found what A, B, and C are, but we have not found that function. So if my function is still y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, I am now substituting in my A, B, and C for my A, my B, and my C. So we have y equals A is -2. My B is 1, so plus x, and then plus my C of 3. This is my final answer here. Love this question. Again, that's a test question. And if you're taking this class on campus, an attendance quiz question. Let's do one more application problem. And I'm going to have you pause this and read this problem so you don't hear me read this extremely long problem. So pause it, read the problem, and then hit play, and we will work this problem out. Okay, so the hardest part about this is the setup. Can you tell me, or can you guess what these equations here are going to equal? What these equations equal come from the very first sentence. A dietitian at General Hospital wants a patient to have a meal that has 47 grams of protein, 58 grams of carbs, and 630 milligrams of calcium. So that's what these equations need to equal. And for the record, as you can see, I'm going straight into my augmented matrix. I'm not taking time writing the equation to then put it into an augmented matrix. I'm going straight into this matrix here. Once you figure out what these equations equal, the rest fall into place. This right here represented my protein. This one represented my carbs. And this one was my calcium. So therefore, I have pork chops, corn on the cob, and 2% milk. That's what my X, Y, and Z column are representing. So my X column are my pork chops. My Y column is my corn on the cob. And my Z column is my 2% milk. So now fill in everything. If each serving of pork chop has 23 grams of protein, 0 carbs, and 10 milligrams of calcium. Our corn on the cob contains 3 grams of protein, 16 carbs, and 10 milligrams of calcium. Each glass of milk contains 9 grams of protein, 13 carbs, and 300 milligrams of calcium. So how many of each serving should we have? So let's rref. And again, we should know we should get this diagonal of ones with zeros below and zeros above. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that there. We are needing to know what this equals. Okay. So I've cleared off my calculator. We're going to go into matrix. I'm over here to edit, and I'm going to stick with my matrix A. It is still a 3 by 4. And rewrite over. You don't need to clear. 23, enter, 3, enter, 9, enter, 47, enter, keep going. What are we going to do before we get out of this? Please, 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 please check it. Do not get it wrong because you missed or you wrote the wrong number somewhere. 23, 0, 10, 3, 16, 10, 9, 13, 300, 47, 58, 3 or 6:30. Like, it is super quick. Take the time. Please, please, please. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a shortcut here. Okay, I'm still going to quit, but instead of doing these commands here, which you can do every single time, it's really not that bad once you do it a couple times. If you want to, you can arrow back up and get your latest rref. Because you have reprogrammed what matrix A is, it will give you a different answer. So if you have done the rref matrix A recently and you keep reprogramming matrix A, all you have to do is arrow up and highlight the latest one, or even the 10th one, but I don't know why you go past it. So go get the latest one, hit enter, and then just hit enter again, and it will give you that matrix. As you reprogram it, your numbers will change here. As you can see, if I go up another time, I had a different one here. So a little bit of a shortcut if you're doing this quite a lot. And so we get 1, 2, 2. Okay. So here's my pork chop column, my cob column, and my 2% milk column. This first equation here is saying 1 pork chop, right? Or 1x. My pork chop equals 1. We have 1 cob. My cob equals 2. And we have 1 milk. My 2% milk equals 2. Word problems need word answers. So how many servings of each food should the dietitian provide for the patient? They should provide 1 pork chop, 2 corn on the cobs, and 2 glasses of milk.